All right, one last one. Oh, it's a cube. How do you know it's a cube if you can't hold it? Well, cube is all squares. That's what it's made of. It's made of 6 squares. If you're not sure if they're squares because you're not holding it, you'll know because the dimensions will all be identical. So if you're presented with a 3D shape, kind of looks like a cube and you're not sure, if all the dimensions are, for instance, 5 centimeters, you know you got yourself a cube. Now, a cube you're going to love because it has a formula for surface area and it's way less intricate than the previous formula. So I would say definitely use it for this one. Here's what it is. I want you to write it down. A equals 6s squared, which means 6 times side squared. Okay, now remember, when you square something, you're not multiplying by 2, you're multiplying that number by itself. So before we can figure that out, we got to substitute our values. So the next thing I want you to write down, and if you can draw a picture of the cube, that would be great. If not, at least on your paper, write down cube formula or something like that so you know. So first, let's substitute our value. So it's going to be 6 times 5 squared. You could use the floating dot to represent the time sign. We discussed why I'm not using it on the computer. So substitute your values. And then now you got to go back to your please excuse my dear Aunt Sally PEMDAS order of operations. Make sure you're doing the exponent first. So you're evaluating that exponent. You're doing 5 squared, which really means 5 times 5. And that gives you 25. Then once you have 25, you could do 25 times 6 or 6 times 25 and get 150 centimeters squared. There you go. You got to make sure you do your exponent first. If you don't have the exponent button, you can just take that number and just multiply it by itself. So whatever that side ends up being. So you definitely want to use this formula for the cube. You have options with rectangular prisms, but cube, go with this. Way less hassle.